Hey, welcome to the Arc Gymnastics product demo. So in this video, I'm going to outline the entire Arc Gymnastics process. I'm going to walk you through each of the steps that I take every client through to ensure they achieve their gymnastics dreams. I'll cover everything that's included when you subscribe to the course programming, so you can be in a position to know whether this is something you want to do or not. So it all starts with an assessment. So when you subscribe, I'll add you to the app and I'll fire over the ARC assessment for you to complete. This is a series of basic tests that I have my client Amanda here demonstrating, starting with flexibility. So just to uncover any potential restrictions you have in the shoulders or the hips. And then it moves into finding out where you're currently at with the handstand, then some basic strength tests, finding out where you're at with the pull-up and the hanging leg lift. And then it finally covers some attempts at slightly more complex movements like chest to bar pull-ups and muscle-up attempts, which isn't necessarily relevant for everyone coming into the program. And you don't necessarily need to complete all of it, like every exercise in the assessment. It's important that you just include the information that's relevant to you right now. And then at the bottom, you will write in your goals. And once you've completed that, I'll send you a personalized Loom commentary, just like this one, going over your assessment. So looking at the videos that you've uploaded and the notes you've included, and then talking about your goals down at the bottom here. And we will construct a bit of a timeline for you achieving the things that you've laid out in both the short term and the long term. So this is what you're going to be able to do, or this is what I want you to be able to do in the next month. And then this is what you're going to be able to do 3 months from now, etc. So once you've done the assessment and you've had your Loom commentary, in that Loom commentary, I will also explain the course programming that I've started you with. Some people get a little bit confused on the website here with the outline of the 5 levels, thinking that they have to choose. You don't choose. This is just to show you that, hey, if you're here, I can take you all the way to here. I have a system for it that I've repeated with, several people, and it just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect with the flow of the programming and how we move you forward. Anyway, back to the course programming. So I'll just choose level 2 because that was the program Amanda started with. She's in level 3 now. And I would have explained this course programming to Amanda in her introductory commentary, going through the structure of the program, talking about what she's going to be able to do at the end of it. But for you guys, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to show you kind of like the quality of it and how it's presented. So it's very straightforward. We do one exercise per section. There's no like supersets or circuits or any confusing things like that. And every exercise is has audio over the top of it, where you'll hear my voice.
On the ground, shoulder width apart, and spread the fingers wide.
As I talk you through the setup for that specific exercise, and then I tell you how to complete it. And at the end, there's even, mistakes, the most common mistakes with each exercise to try and avoid, so that, at the very least, you can always coach yourself. I'm always going to be there supporting you, and we'll get to the system of technical feedback in a minute, but you can always coach yourself and everything, and it should be very easy to understand what you're supposed to be doing. So that's your course programming. And then in your commentary, I will talk to you about how we move you forward. So you might be at level 2 right now, and this is where we're starting you with. And then this is where we're going to move you into future courses. Now, the technical feedback takes place in the Facebook group. So we have 2 check-ins per week. We have a Monday check-in and we have a Friday check-in, where I do one of these commentaries for the entire group. And I'm going over the technical feedback for the athletes that have uploaded. We have a system for doing it, so you know exactly when you are supposed to be uploading. But just to show you, this is the one that I went through earlier today. Clients upload their videos and then I go through and provide the feedback. And what's great about this is it's like one-to-one coaching without the price tag. So you get to see the technical feedback that I'm giving to other athletes as well as yourself. And the way we do it is each check-in is kind of relevant for people who are doing the similar programming. So each of the technical commentaries is like super relevant for the work at your level. Just show you an example of technical feedback. This is Holly is doing one of the ring muscle up programs. and she's doing an eccentric, and she starts off well, but then she pushes her shoulders above the rings here. So earlier on, I was just showing her the reason she's struggling to control this is because her shoulders are above the rings here. Now, next week she goes in, she fixes it, or not even next week, the next time this exercise appears. Very similar thing up here with Julie, you know, from the front angle, coming down, and she's blocking her shoulder from moving down, so she has a bit of a collapse, and we just fix it. And then the very next week, that's how progress is made. Because following the sets and reps is one thing, but if you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, you'll find that you can struggle to achieve the progressive overload. So when the program is asking for something harder, you might not be able to do it because you're making this even sometimes small mistakes can add up to you not being able to follow the progressive overload. So that's the check-in system and the way that we give technical feedback. Now, there is a way of doing it privately, which is upgrading to working with me one-to-one privately. But this is the way that some people prefer that, but this is just as effective as a group coaching athlete without that price tag. The other thing you'll have access to is the library of talking head videos that I've made. These are covering like really common concepts that keep coming up over and over and over again, or they're just really important things that I want you to understand. This is the handstand section, for example. So you've got 7 lessons here on everything you would need to know about learning to handstand. So obviously within each demo video, if I just pick out a random handstand exercise, like the pike plank shrugs, for example, you're going to know how to perform that exact exercise because the demo video is showing you. And you will be able to get technical feedback and build an understanding of certain corrections. But if you want a complete understanding of what you're supposed to be doing, you can watch these lessons as well. And you'll get access to this library. This is just the handstand, but there's a library for ring muscle up, pull up, to everything. And you can access all of it as part of your membership. So that is the product demo. That is essentially the process from when you subscribe to when you join. It's highly, highly effective. This is not just a program where, you know, you pay $40 and, oh, there's your bar muscle up program. It can work for some people, but a lot of the times I think context is missing. So understanding about how certain exercises work, how to correct your mistakes, and how to continue progressing through the program when it asks you to do things harder. This process is how you've no doubt seen transformations from arc gymnastics, you know, both in the short term and the long term. This is how they're achieved. They're not like the program itself only accounts for maybe a quarter of it, about 25%. Even though it's a really good program, the technical feedback is really what's important, and building the athlete's development, you know, of both their understanding of their program, but also themselves. So if you want to subscribe, you can literally scroll down to the bottom of this page. There will be a link in that email, and it should land you on this page. But in case it doesn't, you go to Programs Gymnastics, scroll right to the bottom, and choose a sign-up option. Monthly, 3 monthly, or 6 monthly, everything is the same. It's just the frequency of payment. And yeah, I hope to see you in the group, and I'll talk to you soon.